Not be the fresh-faced kid that helped launch the Fab Four all those years ago, but at 67, Paul McCartney is still a powerful musical force with legions of fans. And in Eastern Canada, those fans are buzzing, delighted that next weekend he'll be rocking Halifax for the very first time. CBC Halifax tracked down McCartney at his recording studio outside London. He gave an interview to our Tom Murphy, who incidentally has taken on a new role, the anchor of CBC News, Nova Scotia at 6.
Hello, Paul McCartney.
Hello, Tom. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you, and how are the rehearsals coming?
Oh, the rehearsals are coming great, thank you. Yeah, just started yesterday, and you know what? We're beginning to know what we're doing.
Well, you're an old pro at this. This is a big year for you. You turn 67 this year. Here you are going back out on tour. How do you do it?
You know what? I mean, the truth is, I think it's just I love what I do. I feel very lucky to, be allowed to get out in front of a crowd, plug an electric bass in or a guitar, and play and sing. You know, it's something I love to do. I think I'd do it as a hobby if I didn't do it as a living. So that's it. I just love it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are pretty excited about you coming to town here, needless to say. But, I'm wondering, you're a rock god. You know that. You're a living legend. And I wonder...
Stop it.
You
say that to all the boys.
Truly you are. And I wonder, do you have anything that even approaches a normal life?
When people get to know me, they're very surprised how normal part of my life is. Because I do it on purpose for balance. Because I get, and I come to Halifax, it'll be a big high-profile thing, loads of people, and I'm coming as, Paul McCartney. But when I go home tonight, it's the exact opposite. It's really normal family life. I won't have to tonight, but many a night I'm cooking for myself. And, that means I've got to go shopping. People say, you don't go shopping, must take a entourage shopping. I said, no, I go down the shops, stand at the checkout counter just like anyone else. And I actually like it because it gives me a feeling of balance. I feel like I'm keeping my feet on the ground. And you'd be surprised. People are quite cool.
Well, I think you like Halifax, and people are pretty respectful here, I think. But, I guess the big difference is, you grew up to become a Beatle. The rest of us grew up listening to the Beatles. And I wonder, when you go home at night and you have a young daughter, I wonder, what do you sing to your daughter? How is your life with your daughter when it comes to, say, things like music, for example?
What do I sing to her?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's a weird thing. I sometimes will think, this is a lovely thing, it's what dads do. And I'll sometimes sort of sing a song, and she said, Dad, stop it. She doesn't like it. And then she'll sing me something. She takes over. She's like five and a half. And she's absolutely no respect whatsoever. No, seriously, I'll sort of think, we all live in it. Oh, Dad, stop it. So there you go. I'm afraid High School Musical's got more status in our house than I have.
Wow, well, I suppose that keeps you honest, doesn't it?
But one of these days I'll teach her. Don't you worry. I'll get the taste level up a bit.
I have no doubt. Listen, I wonder, do you ever hear a song, one of your many songs? Maybe you're in that mall shopping or you're in the elevator and you go, man, I just wish I wouldn't hear that song again. Do you have any of those songs?
You mean my own songs?
Yeah.
If I hear them in a shopping mall, it tends to be like a sort of instrumental version. So that's different. But if I hear the actual recordings of Beatles or the Beatles or Wings, it's very nice for me, because it just brings back lots of memories. And I think they're good records, and I think they still stand up. So the combination of all of that is nice. It's actually why I do more old songs in my show now. I used to kind of try and sort of shy away from that a bit and think, no, I must do new material. But people like it, and I'm the same as people. I think if a song works, it works, So yeah, I'm happy when I hear them on the radio or shopping malls or things like that.
Well, you were famous for great lyrics and great melodies. And I wonder, when you look out there now at the music scene, who do you see out there in this generation of musicians, the younger people, that you really like? Did you think they're doing it well?
I think there's a load of people out there. I think I tend to probably go towards the kind of older generation, like sort of Neil Young, Bob Dylan, as my kind of idols. But, you know, I think bands like Coldplay do a good job. I think you have people like Radiohead who are sort of at the forefront of some new music. I like bands like Kings of Leon. I think there's a load of good music at the moment. A lot of good bands.
Yeah, it's true. There are lots. Listen, I want to ask you about something that's been in the headlines, and that's the death of Michael Jackson. How will you remember Michael Jackson?
You know, I'll remember Michael for the fun we had together. I was very lucky. He rang me up just one day, and basically, I didn't know who it was on the phone because of my private number, and I didn't expect this call. But he just rang up and he said, "You want to make some hits?" So we started off on this adventure, and we just had a load of fun. He's a very nice, innocent guy. And we just laughed a lot, and we made some music together that was great fun to make. We made a video out in California. You stay away so long, girl. I see you never. What can I do, girl, to get through to you? I guess I love you, baby. Standing here, baptized in all my tears. Baby, through the years, you know I'm crying. So really, I will just remember Michael for being a huge talent and a great guy to be with, a very gracious, innocent, fun-loving guy, really. We just had a lot of fun together. So that's what I remember. And in later years, we kind of drifted apart. But I feel lucky now to have had those great memories where we were hanging out together and making music together. I'd say most of the time we just had a laugh.
Well, it's true, and you did drift apart. I know there was a dust-up over the publishing rights to the Beatles songs. How much of that do you think about this last little while, and do you want those rights back? Would you still like to have them back?
Well, no, not really. You know, I'm okay. I've got enough for one person. You know, I'm all right. There was just around that time we were talking, and I had put it to Michael that it might be a good idea if Lennon and McCartney were rewarded for all the work and all the huge success they made for the company that Michael had just bought. And so I suppose you look at it, I was basically a long-time worker looking for a raise. So for a little while there, for a couple of months, I was a bit kind of miffed, like anyone would be. But I soon got over it. I just thought, you know what? I've got enough. It's fine. I'll just remember the good stuff and don't worry about the bad stuff. Yeah.
And now your sights are set on Halifax. I hear even Neil Young has recommended that you come here. You should have a good time.
Yeah. I just saw Neil the other night. He was in Hyde Park in London, and he grabbed me to play on the end of one of his songs. And I was chatting to him afterwards, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to Halifax." He said, "Oh, it's great there, man. You'll love it there." So it's a big recommendation from Neil.
Well, I think you will love it here, and I know a lot of people are very excited to see you. Listen, thank you very much for talking to us. It's been a real honor.
Okay, well, listen, I want to say goodbye to all you Haligonians.
You got it. Haligonians, right on.
Come on. Where did I learn that?
You're a smart man. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, man. See you, Tom.
Bye-bye.